I always think it's really good at this point of the challenge as it's coming to an end to re-evaluate things. This was a really good day to just look at the three main things that affect my mindset, and to really start to put into play what I have learnt in my 2 books that I've read this challenge, The One Thing and How to Break the Habit of Being Yourself. This was really good to really think about our takeoff and what my body is doing and what his body is doing. And to begin here in the trot, I realised that he's started getting a little bit of anxiety when I turn him towards the first drum. So we just really worked on getting him calm and responsive, and waiting for the signal to go a little faster. Okay, so when I put him into a lope, I really thought about what I had learnt in the trot. So I just really tried to keep my body relaxed. You can see here in this first take that he was still a little elevated. His nose was tipped out, but he overfinished that drum really nicely. So I learnt that I was quite tense and my calves were like just stuck to his side. So I really thought of what Fallon said in imagining that there is a egg beneath, between my calf and my saddle, and I had to wriggle my toes. Once I wriggled my toes and stuck my feet out a little, and took the pressure off my calves, he relaxed. So it turned really nice then after that. So that was something I really will take into my next barrel race. I will imagine there's an egg there and wriggle my toes and just keep my hands low. Okay, so I had plans today of sort of putting 2 drills together, just time-wise. I was going to do, the first drum drill, take off, and also quicken his feet. But you know what? He was really responsive and calm in the first drill, the take-off drill. So I'm going to call it quits there. He's been getting a little bit of anxiety heading towards the first drum, and today he just felt responsive. So that's where we're going to quit today, and we'll do the quicken the feet drill another day, because I just don't want to stir him up now. What I love about these challenges is how your goalposts continually change throughout the 30 days. Like where you start off is nowhere near where you finish. And I don't know whether sometimes because as you start these things, you aim a bit lower because you think, oh, that's achievable. And then you get 2 weeks in and you go, oh my God, like that is just my ceiling now. And I can reach for so much higher. That has definitely happened here. There are things on this list now that I would never have thought in 2023 would be my 2024 goal. When making my list of my people, I realised how small my circle is, and there is nothing wrong with that. These are people that I talk to every day. Maybe not my vet or my farrier, but they are extremely important people, so they are included on the list. People here are not just my barrel racing friends, they are people I look to for work, life, and all those sorts of things balance. And these are the people I legit talk to every day and would trust with all my ideas about the important things in my life. And I know that they're 100% here for me as I am for them. So these are the blessed people I am blessed within my life. Okay, I'm just going to go and do my buddy barrel race. I was meant to go up with some friends to a different arena and run with them where it would be really a buddy barrel race, but that didn't happen due to life and fridge breaking. So I'm going to do a run through here at home. The ground is a little hard and shallow compared to before. It's just been run over a few times with the harrows, and anyway, so I'm just going to do a cruise through. My one thing is to not knock a drum today. So more than time, just try to get it correct. So see how it goes. Yay. I was naughty though. I heard a tick on the second drum and I looked back, which put my timing out for third, but other than that, pretty happy. And I almost forgot to include Beck and Kim's runs for my buddy barrel race, but this is Beck and Blitzen with a 15:45. Obviously we ran at different arenas because I couldn't make it to the arena that the girls were running at, but isn't this awesome? And Kim and Red, they did a 15:10, and this was their first run off back after a bit of time off. She was just cruising through, and look at them. So cool. Okay, I've just had to pull off the road to process something I've just listened to. My day today is thinking about distractions in the arena and looking at other people and what I can do and, you know, what do I do, what do they do, and all the things. I just listened to Fallon's latest podcast, pre-run visualization and her getting in your head and being in the practice pen with you. If you haven't listened to it yet, stop everything and go and listen to that. Like, I'd already sort of had a bit of a think about how I wanted to present today's drill or, you know, task for the challenge. And I have been looking at runs of other people's in the arena that I'm about to run in this weekend, and just looking at how they set up and sit and do all the stuff and things. And then I saw a really good mashup of one of the biggest rodeos that's going at the moment. A girl put together a mashup of all the girls' runs, and oh my god, like, it just was so good to look at the top people in the APRA and how, like, you know, they run. And so I thought that's what I'd be talking about, and then I listened to this podcast. And I just want to share that I thought I dealt with distractions pretty good. I thought I was getting there, and then when I was listening to the podcast and doing some of the visualizations that she encouraged you to do, I was like, you know what? You think that you're talking positively to yourself, but I'm not. Like, as soon as someone goes and runs a 17, I go, okay, I'm going to be a 19. And then I go, no, you're not. You're going to at least be in an 18. Like, you know, you can be a second off that horse. And then that little voice comes back and says, oh, but you'll probably be a 19. And you know what? I think that's like somehow the subconscious, like, saying something like that to make you feel better. That, like, it's okay if you don't run the fast time that you sort of had been training all week to do. Like, that's okay if you do that. Like, that's where you are, that's where your horse is. Like, he's not as fast as that other horse, and you're not as good a rider as that person. You're not as gritty as them. You're not as confident in yourself. And I think it's like your own way of just trying to make yourself feel better going into the arena, because you think that's going to make you feel positive, but it doesn't. and you don't progress there because you just tell yourself that that's okay. Like, even if you aren't consciously knowing that that's what you're telling yourself. Does that make sense? You know, and also the whole, like, don't knock a drum, the whole word don't, like, so true. And it is such a distraction that we put on ourselves. So I will be listening to this podcast before I run on Sunday again. I might even listen to it a couple of times, like every day this week, just to get it in there. And like, instead of saying, oh, I just don't want to knock a drum because I've been knocking drums lately and that is my one thing, I'm going to turn that around and, you know, I'm going to go in there and go, you, like, totally killed it today. All your drums were smooth. You went to your horn. You know, that first drum, because I was having trouble with first drum, yeah, it was the tightest that, you know, it's been, and you went to your horn and you did it and you didn't block him, and, you know, like, your run was really smooth and you ran all the way home. So instead of, oh, I just don't want to knock a drum today, you didn't knock a drum, you totally smashed it, and you freaking placed in the 1D. I know today was meant to be essentially a rest day for both Zorro and I, but I wanted to revisit this drill from earlier in the challenge, just in light of, although we did not knock a drum the other day, I do have my competition tomorrow, and I just wanted to be really sure that I've got his body moving around the drum so as to avoid knocking in the jackpot. I followed it up with a massage. I obviously used my hands and my hand unit just to get his blood pumping and get rid of any toxins that today's workout may have caused. And yeah, I think he really enjoyed it, and both of us are really, really looking forward to seeing what we can do at the jackpot. So I decided to mix it up a little bit with the quicken the feet and lead changes day. I used poles instead. This is something that I really want to introduce into my program, and I'm really glad I did that today. Instead of just working on the drum, where we've been having trouble catching that right lead, I put him on poles today and he was fantastic. So I think that was really good for keeping it fresh for him and I, and just getting our brains doing something else and quicker, snappier. So yeah, poles is definitely something that I'm going to keep working at in my program.
We be disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I done want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. Disturbing the peace, working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.